TW here. Okay, so we got the new stock on the rifle. Let's start with our modifications. I'm still waiting on the front pillar for that because it's oversized. It's 5/16. Everything I have is quarter, so I had to order that in. It's going to be a couple more days, so I got to wait on that. And I also decided that I'm going to change the screw because I want to be able to use that old stock. So I don't want to ruin that screw. So I'm going to save that screw for the stock. But what I've got here, I want to put an adjustable butt on this, butt pad on it. Not for recoil, it's a 22. It's just for positioning on your shoulder. So what I remember, a little bit old school, was the Morgan pads. But I can't find them anywhere, and these seem to have taken over, the Bisley pads. Basically, it's the same thing. The Morgan had a slot, and the plate came off, and the pad slid up and down a slot. This one uses little pimples, little nubs, and this gets attached to the buttstock, and then there's a bolt that goes through that's captured that stays flush. And then this screw, one screw, tightens that up and allows you to lock it in position. So you can lock it low, really low. You can lock it high. You can even cant it, tip it, and it'll stay. So what we got to do is we're going to have to get this butt plate off. So I've already pulled the screws out, but it looks like they glued it on. But silly me, it doesn't matter. All I need to do is get the screws out because we're adding a good 1.25 inches. So I got to take that much off this stock. So I'll pull the action out, take everything off, set it up on the chop saw, and we'll chop this off enough to remove the amount that this would take up so that we're not making the length of pull, 6 feet long. So I got a mark on there now already, more than the, or same as the thickness here to the center. And we're going to go chop this off. Stand by, we'll be right back. Well, there's no turning back now. All right, let's see how this fits. Here we go. Pretty simple. I just marked it, ground it, and I did not try and make it dead flush because the butt plate itself has its own plate and it's not going to line up flush anyway. But it's like 30-second proud, but it's fine. And wow, does it feel good. And it lets you adjust it up or down wherever you want it. It's going to be really, really, really nice. There we go. There's our first modification. I got the plate here from the other rifle in, but it kind of binds. You see how crooked it is? It kind of binds when it goes in. The inletting is imperfect. So I think I'm going to order another one, and then I'm going to refit this a little bit nicer. See the bow in it? And it's not because it's bent or anything, it's because it's too tight everywhere on the dimensions, and it's just causing it to buckle there because it's so thin. I can pry it up or bang it up, but it's just because it's imperfect. It's like it's sticking up right here and it's down over here. So it just needs to be dressed up to be a perfect fit. And this front one here, this front screw is pretty thick. So that we're going to put this brass escutcheon in here. Pillar in here. And up here, this fits really tight. So I'm really, really happy about that. I may not need to do any bedding at all. It's so snug I've got to tap it out. So I'm just going to dress this up here and sand it all down. Not sand it, steel wool it all down because it's all rough in here. And see what we get. It needs it everywhere, so I'm going to do that now. Give it a rub down everywhere. and see what it looks like. It may need a coat of finish after that, but that's fine. And then I want to open this up too. But let's see what this sanding steel wooling does, because that may be just enough to, because it's all rough in here. That may be just enough to be all that it needs to be floated. All right. The big part of this project was right here. And there it is. It's all done. These are not very expensive. I even saw them on Amazon. It's pretty easy to do. You just screw it on your butt, mark it, and then grind it with a grinding wheel, a metal grinding wheel. It's aluminum. Just put gloves on because it gets hot. It grinds off really easy. And you're done. Screw it on. I did have to make screws, but it was simple. I just took the screws and I turned the head on the wheel to reduce its diameter so it set below flush, and was perfect. All right, there we go. There's our first modification to the new stock. Took about half an hour. No problem at all. All right. God bless everybody. CW out.